when people talk about local, I know that you've had a lot of things today, so I just want to thank all of you. But please permit me to say a few things as part of your take home, apart from the small envelope that you get. The assumption is that the government that is the closest to the people will also be the government that will be the most important in their lives. But that is not the way it's playing out in Nigeria. It's assumed that the closer the government is to the people, the more effective, the more impactful, and the more efficient it will be. But if we want it to be that way, we have to be involved. And in Nigeria, for example, we have a constitution that gives very serious responsibilities to the local government areas. In fact, as far as we are concerned in Agora Policy, the local government areas are the most important tier of government, because almost everything that should matter to you, the primary school or basic education, the primary health care center, the road in front of your house, the refuse or the garbage in front around your house, the market that you go to, place where you register your bat and possibly passing, all of those things are the street lights. Those are the things that local government areas should do. But as many people have said here, we're not even aware that these are the responsibilities of local government areas. And we're not even aware of how to ensure that we're part of the process. And it's not just that our constitution in Schedule 4 or the 4th schedule gave these enormous responsibilities to the local government areas, but we also have an arrangement where we have adequate resourcing for our local government areas. There's one of the charts that we had in the morning, and please take your time to think about this. We look at different federal countries and see the level of resource allocation to local government areas. And in Nigeria, local government areas control or get 22% of the tax revenues. The only country that has a percentage that is higher than that of Nigeria is Switzerland. So this is almost a quarter of the tax revenues in the country go to local government areas. So one of the things that we need to constantly think about, and like it has also been mentioned, between June 1999 and last month, local government areas in Nigeria got allocated 35 trillion naira. That's $145 billion. The question to ask is, where has the money gone to? And more than that, how do we ensure that now that we're talking about autonomy and all of that, we should ensure that this money counts? So, like everybody has said, yes, if we assume that the people who have the autonomy, they will be able to do the right thing, they might. They also might not. We have a role to play. We have to be involved. We have to be engaged. We have to ask questions. We have to participate. And let's have this in mind, that money does not belong to them. It belongs to us. And our own position at Agora Policy is that if the local government areas work better, it will be in the interest of all of us. So let's see this as more than just talking about having better elections. Let's see this as more than having direct allocations or all the money that should go to them. Let's see it as an opportunity to change the development outcome in our country from grass up. And let's look at beyond just those two things. Let's think about it in a holistic manner. Let's think about it in the sense that what are the other things we need to do beyond having free and fair elections? They're very important. Beyond giving them their money directly, they're very important, but they are not enough. There are many things that we need to do. And so for us, we have to be thinking, and Professor Ayede talked about 5 decades of implementing reforms in this country. We have to approach this from a reform mindset. We have to think about what is that, what do we need to do in terms of a holistic reform approach to ensure that local governments work for us. On that note, I want to thank everyone. I will start by thanking the Honorable Minister in absentia. It takes a lot for him to have come here. We're really grateful for that. We're also grateful to Dr. Kole Shetima of Makato Foundation for not just support this, for all the support and for the faith. our chair, Madam Ojobo Atiruku, she got here before many people and she's still here. We thank her for her leadership. We thank the partners working with us on this, Center for Fiscal Transparency and Public Integrity, the Cable, and the African Cities Research Consortium. Extremely grateful to all the people that provided goodwill messages. Debbie is still here. Thank you so much. The lady from British High Commission, Professor Diana Mitlin, Professor Olaopa, Barrister Murako from FRC, and others. I'm very, very, very grateful to the panelists, and I have learned so much by just listening to them. And from my very good friend and brother, Akin Oyebode, the Commissioner for Finance and Economic Development in Ekiti. My very good brother, Ade-in-law, Mr. Samson Todo, the chairman of Argon, Honorable Bolu Yandaki, effectively represented by Honorable Akala Samuel Gajere. Akala is not the one from Oyo State. He's from Nasarawa. He was actually chairman of Karu local government area. My brother, Dr. Umar Yakubu, and last but not the least, our mother, Ajia Sada Tumadi. We're very honored that you find the time to be here with us and to honor us with your insights and your experience. And last but not the least, the chief. She's actually a chief, Chief Nancy Ilo Inaji, for comparing this event and also for moderating this the panel. And I also have to thank you. You've been here. Today is a rainy day. You have all the excuses to be elsewhere, including to just stay under your duvet. But you chose to be here. You chose to be here. You listen attentively. You are here in mind and soul. So we really thank you. And I hope that this event has been as useful to you as it has been to us. And the last thing I want to leave everybody with is that please don't let us see this as a conversation of different sides. It's not about the bad guys and the good guys. It's not about we versus them. We have a problem. We need to make our local government areas work better. At the moment, they are working at a suboptimal level. We need to increase the level of effectiveness, of responsiveness, of accountability, and of impact at that level. And that will be in the interest of all of us. So it's a collective problem. And we need a collective approach, and we need to come together and see how, not just how do we advance the judgment, but how do we ensure that autonomy is not for its sake? Free and fair election is not for its sake. If we have all of those things and they do not translate to better life for our country, for our people, then it's all a waste. So please, let's all be committed to that. Let's vote, like people have said. But it's not just about voting. Let's participate during election, after election, and forevermore. And please let the conversation continue. Thank you so much, and God bless.